we've seen that with apprentices where it's like, dude, you're really smart. Like, I see what lights you up and what you're committed to and what you give your time to and your mind to. But like, you say you want this, but you do that. And that does not coincide with what we're trying to do over here. So like, respectfully, I gotta like get you out of your own head and be like, the door's there, but the path is bright. Just go do that, because this isn't for you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Not Famous Tattoo Podcast, episode 14 or 15?
15, I believe.
15, 1-5. And we're going to get a little more, what would you say, philosophical today?
Philosophical.
What was the word we were using for mindfulness?
Mindfulness.
This episode is about mindfulness in general, but also probably largely in like what we do every day for people. And we'll explain how that's applicable. There's many ways, I feel.
Yeah. I think it's one of the most important things to instill into your life, depending on what you're doing. Well, not depending, regardless of what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's kind of the cornerstone to like success overall, I think, as a whole.
Yeah, you could go like mindfulness could talk about like when you are doing something such as tattooing, like mindfulness, right? Like having a direction, having a general, you know where you're going.
Right.
What else it could also mean like consciousness about mindfulness about those around you or those you're working with or those you work beside every day.
Just kind of the old term of like read the room. Be mindful of the people.
Yep.
Their thoughts, opinions, beliefs, all those things. I'm not trying to lose friends, family, clients over not being mindful of who they are and where they're at in their life.
Just walking around and not knowing, not paying attention.
It's easy to get wrapped up in your own bullshit and like,
well, we're all the star of our own show, right?
Yeah.
But it's important to step outside of that, like you're about to say, and just be like, you know what?
Like, people are going through a lot. We all know with like Robin Williams and like dude from the Cowboys that just committed suicide, and just, you know, like they seem like on the surface everything's totally good, but everyone's fighting a battle inside. And like, I think the mindfulness we're speaking of isn't necessarily totally like be mindful of others, although that is a cornerstone of being a good person.
Yeah.
And in being fun to be around in general. No one wants to be around people that just talk about themselves or just are so self-consumed that you're just like sit there and listen for 3 hours and they're like, so what's up with you? And you're like,
I forgot.
It doesn't matter anymore. I'm about to head out, actually. I'm good.
I had a bunch of shit to tell
Not
you.
Not like you give a fuck anyway.
We're good. You're just going to interrupt me 2 sentences
right.
in.
Oh, I can relate. Like, yeah, I know, bro.
I know. We just
slow the fuck down.
We just covered all that.
But yes, like mindfulness in bringing it back to art and tattooing. To me, tattooing is one of the hardest things I've ever like tried to do physically and mentally.
Same.
With like really bad ADD and stuff, like sitting still for a really long time is hard for me to do, but I need to be like mindful of like my posture and like how to prolong my career with my mental state and physical state, and like breathing and just getting in the zone and the flow state. Like those are all things that we should all be working hard to incorporate into our process and how we go about tattoos and like the day to day.
For sure.
Because it's stressful. I mean, like people online think being a tattoo artist is the greatest job in the world because you have freedom and you're your own boss and this and that. And it's like, I'll tell you, if you want to be a tattoo artist, get ready to work 7 days a week, every single hour of that day, because the phone doesn't stop ringing. The designs don't draw themselves. Like, it's not come in, tattoo, go home. That's...
Well, and even aside from that, like, how many times are you not here, but you've got a big project coming up on Friday or whatever, and it's in the back of your brain and it's occupying space.
For sure.
And like, that's one of the points, like what you just said, but also where people do say, tattoo artists will always say, like, well, I'm always working, and that's, you're trying to spend QT, quality time with your lady or your man or whatever you got. And yeah, it's always in your brain, man.
It doesn't, I mean, dude.
If you give a shit, which you should give
a shit. We give a shit, so we'll speak for us.
Accordingly so.
But for you guys that don't rock like that, cool, do your thing. I just got married. I was in the Bahamas last week on day one, on a daybed that Em rented for us. We're like getting all this fancy food and drink and shit. And I'm on my phone texting clients. Day one of the honeymoon. Like, because I was in Arizona the week before getting married and more attending to the family and the event and all the friends and the people coming out and cousins and all that. And like, I wasn't texting my clients during like those 3 days of the week when it was like day before, day of, day after kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah.
But I'm like, it's been 72 hours. Like, I got to respond to these. And like, Em doesn't care. She's probably reading a book, whatever. It doesn't matter what I'm doing on my phone on the beach. But like, yeah, man, I mean, you are going to be on vacation for the rest of your life, or at Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you do and celebrate. And you're going to be thinking about your tattoos. Like, or your projects that you've got going on and the clients that you haven't responded to.
And booking. And
it doesn't stop.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a significant other that wasn't, as I've been a tattoo artist, that wasn't on the daily. Why are you always on your phone? What are you doing? We're trying to eat dinner. We're trying to whatever.
Watch a movie. Or
I'm like, dude, this is like how my job goes. Like, I'm not even, I told some of them in the past, like, you should be stoked. Because when you hear my phone make the little bloop, 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 like there's a new message coming in, you can hear dollar signs.
Yeah,
like it's money. Like ching, ching, ching.
I don't text for fun necessarily unless I'm like trying to link up with someone, golf or hang out, watch a game, whatever, drink a beer. But yeah, like 95% of my phone use is pretty much for work. I've thought about getting a second phone, but I'm like, that's kind of stupid because like, it's not 50-50. It's like 90-10.
No,
it's like, what's the point? I'm just going to be on my work phone all the time. My personal phone's like going to be in my hand for 20 minutes a day.
You could buy like
stupid,
like a burner cricket phone.
Yeah.
Like I just need for the month of November.
Texting.
Could you just put like, I don't know, 27 minutes on that phone?
Right.
I'll prepay.
It's like for my mom, my girlfriend. Hey, I'm coming home from work. All right, cool. Bye. But being mindful of that, like you need to be mindful in your like relationship as well, and to put the phone down. And we had both of our mentors. One of the guys we used to work with was like really big on don't respond after 10 p.m. You need to have your own time, and you need to like center and have, basically you need your own time. You need to not always be available. And I see both sides of that coin. Probably did it for a week and went back to my old ways of texting clients at 1:30 in the morning when they text me and I'm up, and why not respond? I hit my phone right now. If I wait till the morning, that's just more work for tomorrow. I may forget about it.
Well,
might as well just like respond while we both have our phone in our hand.
Right.
The idea is fresh in their head.
Well, and with the majority of the clients, like if you've worked with them for years, like there's a blurred line at some point about client, friend,
professional,
homie, whatever. And like, those guys or gals, like I'll respond to them at 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
If it's a new client at like 1 o'clock in the morning and they're like,
client,
hey, I got your information from Alan. he said, you like doing this, and I'm looking to get a tattoo. Do you want to work with me? Like that, I'm
holding off till
you're
tomorrow.
not going to hear from me till 9 a.m. on the next day.
Yeah. Some of those even.
But yeah, like a lot of your clients, that line gets blurred.
Really blurred, yeah.
I feel funny sometimes if I post a tattoo on someone that I've worked on many, many times. And I struggle. I hang up when I'm like trying to write the words out for the caption for this post.
I'm like, is it a homie? Is it a client?
Right. I'm like
I don't want to
for this good client. And I'm like,
them.
back out good. And I'm like, great client. And I'm like, that sounds weird. And then I back out and I'm like, the homie.
But then it's like, but it is my client. Like it's a weird. I mean, again, mindfulness. Like where's the line? And like being mindful of like, I'm still a professional. Like this. There's a lot of artists that like really fuck around with their clients and stuff, and they're close, but like that person's paying you for a service. Like I still think there's like an obligation to be professional, even though,
sure,
like, I don't know, something happens, like someone bottoms out their needle on the bottom of the knee cap, and like it's all kind of like homies in the room, more so chill clients and artists. And like someone's like makes a joke of like, don't change the needle, and it's like it's a joke, but it's like, no, we're professionals. Like, don't even really joke about that. Like, just pop your needle out, throw it away, get a new. Yeah. Like, to me, there are certain things that's like not. It's funny if you're actually truly homies, like you're tattooing your brother or whatever, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna draw a dick on you, or like. But I don't know. I feel like we should be professional.
Yeah, and there's
what we do,
because there's pitfalls to that.
Or talking bad about clients in front of clients, because like just don't go down. Like again, be mindful of like that person may know that person, or they may their wife or husband may have that tattoo also that you're talking shit about, and like, or their mom or whatever, and
or they might assume like, what do they say about me when I fucking walk?
Exactly. Like I just. You can do that. I mean, it's been going on for 100 years in this country, but I just don't think it's the best idea.
No. And I think too, there's like, there's a level of homie, right? But then at some point, some people like might almost expect or want some sort of a discount.
Yeah.
Because you guys are like, you do go get a beer after work or after tattooing or whatever you do. Mm-hmm. So it's like, for me, it's like, if you want to give that person a discount because you are a good friend and you feel like you need to do that. And you've done
a ton of work on
that's your prerogative, cool. And that's all. That's great. But, it shouldn't, I still feel like, to Josh's point just a moment ago, like, keep that professionalism, like, don't even entertain it. Like, that's, I don't know about you guys out there, but like,
no, I agree.
I usually grandfather people into where whatever price they came to me first, if they've been a regular client. I'm not talking about the guy that came to me when I was $100 an hour and then he came to me 10 years later. Yeah, he got like a bumblebee on his arm or whatever. But like someone that came to me when I was new, and they were technically supporting my career. And if I was $125 an hour, and they've continued to come to me throughout the years pretty consistently, I lock them in at 125, but.
And that's something worth artists to hear. I mean, same, but if they came in at 120 an hour and my rate was 150 an hour, and then my rate goes up to 175 an hour, now they're at 140 an hour. Okay. So I don't bring them up to like the full rate, but I'm bringing them up to
like a sliding scale.
Yeah, it's a sliding scale for everyone.
I thought about doing that. I might should do that.
Just because it's like,
now, especially with shit being more expensive.
That's the only reason. Yeah. Materials have, the only reason I raise my prices is because materials cost more now, and rent goes up, and all the things. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I'm just adjusting my price accordingly. But yes, if you've been loyal, you're not going to jump up to my like new rate. You're just going to jump up to a discounted rate based on my new rate.
The sliding scale. And I think
everyone
they should all be super chill
like,
about that.
Because when you say, like, this bottle of ink went from fucking $8 per ounce, now it's like 14. It's like my rate didn't go from 150 to 300, but my supplies have fucking doubled.
Right.
So I'm still like,
yep,
being conscientious of like understanding tattoos cost a lot of money, and I'm not trying to like deplete your bank account right now, but like I also need to make money.
Well, you don't want to deplete your own bank account.
Exactly. Like it hurts when the supply truck comes and you're just like, oh fuck, like
how much did you
that
say
was
again?
heavy, bro. Like I mean, like the new recovery Derma Shield today, I just got a large one. It's like fucking $45 now. I remember like 3 years ago it was like 28.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, God damn, dude.
Yep. Well, so many things doubled or more.
Yeah.
With COVID, inks went double almost.
Oh yeah,
almost.
yeah. Our 2 to 4 ounce bottles are basically double what they were pre-COVID.
But yeah, pre-COVID, like a 2 ouncer was like $12 to $14, depending on the cover. 24. And now it's like 25, 24, 28, something.
It is. So what do you think mindfulness is to you in your daily life associated with tattooing? Like things you've changed throughout your career, growth-wise, to like prolong your career and your setup or whatever your process.
To be a little bit more mindful about like my longevity as a tattoo artist? Or?
Yeah. Just like what goes into your thought process of like how to attack your day and your appointments pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Like, would you say it's pretty simple as far as just coming in, or do you do things to like make your day and life easier as a tattoo artist?
I don't know that I'm like super conscious about all that. But I think there's little things that I've done throughout the years mostly with my setup that would make my life easier.
Like you lost a lot of weight too.
Lost a lot of weight, so that's good.
That was like your health.
Yeah,
is a part of that. Is
to
what
me, that's the number one thing. Is like, yeah, like I do ride BMX, I go rock climbing, I try to stay in shape. When I get a little heavier or whatever, I recognize and I'm like, okay, it's time to kind of get back to fitness a little bit. But and I think that is the number one thing that any tattooer can do in being mindful of their career, their longevity, making their days to where they're not crippled at the end of the day.
Right.
Because I remember before I lost all that weight, it was about 60 pounds or so, like back issues constantly. After that weight loss and getting a little bit more back to fitness in my life, back problems are 100% gone. Like that's totally gone.
I can agree with that.
I think
stretching and stuff.
Yeah. And I think hand in hand with that, hydration is pretty key to be mindful of. And then equipment, speaking for me, like I feel like a rotary pen machine is going to let you tattoo much longer than a fucking coil that weighs,
especially with the disposable grips and the
2
vibration
pounds or whatever, and a big stainless tube on there.
That's a lot of weight.
And then I think a good chair goes a long way.
That's a good one, actually. Yeah, a good chair and a good armrest. If you are doing a lot of arm pieces, because I just remember like leaning people on their side on the table, and then I'm like really high up and like awkward, and it's just like pulling my back. And I mean, that's fine for like an hour-long tattoo, but like when it's a sleeve or something,
back piece or a sleeve,
dude, you've gotta.
That's the worst.
Because guess what? Like, you're probably gonna do it again tomorrow. Like Sunday when I was doing that blackout like cathedral thing on that guy's chest, I was standing up over him for like the throat area, and then I was like thinking, mindful of, fuck, I have to line out an entire back piece tomorrow. Like I'm gonna be right back in this position.
Yep.
For his was 5+ hours, hers was another 5 or 6, and it's like I can't stand or sit like this for 11 hours in a 24-hour window. Like that is, my career is going to be so short if I continue this
continually,
day after
consistently
day
do that,
after
year,
day.
and
like,
year after year.
and I'm really not trying to pay for a physical therapist right now to like massage my back every week. You know, that's $500 a month that I'm really not trying to spend right now.
Yeah, like my first, I would say, 4 years as a tattooer, I was a little chubbier, and I would always was in a trade sitch with a massage therapist, and probably got massages probably about once a week, I would say, on average.
I mean, if you guys are going through this, like, it's a solid deal. I had one also with, I can't remember her name, but Sarah, and it was once a week, hour and a half, full body, stretching and scraping and cupping and all that, and it's honestly worth it.
Yeah, and it's like, for me back then, it was necessary. It wasn't like a nice treat to myself. It was like, so I can continue to work,
working
and being out of shape. And that's the thing, is like, I can't, like, how many times, like in the past, like even like 5 years, you know, there's been a handful of like famous celebrity type tattoo artists that have
retired,
dropped a bunch of weight.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah,
got back to a fitness plan, and like, whether that was running, weightlifting, or a combination of all that, being better with a diet and losing, like Jeff Gogway lost significant amounts of weight. The script guy.
Nice.
Yep. He lost a bunch of weight. And I think a lot of these guys are realizing, like, man, if you've got a bunch of extra pounds around your midsystem, it is going to fuck your back every single time. Yeah. And I can't sing the praises loud enough of just a good base level of fitness. You know, you don't need to be an Olympic athlete, but be in a healthy place fitness wise, you know, like,
well, and
it just goes so far. Like,
not only are you like able to continue your work, but you feel better, you're more confident, you're lighter on your feet, your joints don't hurt as bad, you sleep better. Like, there are like endless, you don't have that like acid reflux going on because you're not crushing pizzas at 11 at night anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, there's so many, and whether you want to like believe it or not, this isn't the NFL, but like, you kind of need to, it's a physical job at the end of the day. Like, your arms, your hands, your shoulder, your neck, your back, it all hurts at the end of the day. Why? Because we're using all of that all day. When you're cutting stencils, placing stencils, drawing big things, like, your arms are constantly up. It's just, it is stress on the body. It's not like we're sitting there typing on a computer where we can just lounge, cross our legs, like sit back, sit forward, walk around. Like, it's just not, it is a physical job.
Well, it's like not age old, but like, you know, over the years, I've heard tattoo artists discuss, like, are we white collar? Are we blue collar?
Right.
Like,
and there are kind of
it is physical. And I think we're like,
as in the middle
both,
as it
you know, like, as in the middle as it could be, because we are in a air conditioned controlled room. And then like, but we're
not like, digging trenches, but we're also not.
We're like, you're
typing on a computer on the phone.
You're stretching skin, and you're like, a fair amount of your appointments, you and your client are both holding a yoga pose while you're trying to get this back piece in or whatever. And like,
for real.
And you can like, even like when you're tattooing someone and you are like not taking care of yourself, let's say you are like partying all the time because you're, you know, rock star tattoo artist, or you're crushing pepperoni pizza at midnight, and you're not exercising, you're not stretching, you're not that. And then you like working on someone and you're like
upside down
this for 4 hours.
That's just,
and then
brutal.
You feel that like when you get up to clean your station or say goodbye to your client, you're like, oh, half crippled. You look like you're 80 years old. Whereas if you do take care of yourself and you're in a little better shape and you're getting your sleep,
And mindful of the positions they're in and you're in, and trying to combat that.
You're in a much better spot after that. And like, I just remember like some of these big days that I've had in the past in my career, like, and you go home after those, you are just
beat
fucking cooked.
Like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to cook. I don't want to clean. I'm just like, I want to go home, take a quick shower, put my comfy shit on, and like chill. Because that's really all I can do right now.
I took a seminar years ago at Paradise Tattoo Artist Gathering, and that seminar was called, Durb put it on, and it was called The Longevity of the Tattoo Artist. And he was just going through things you could do to help with that, to be mindful of your body and your career and how long it could last. And everything we discussed is pretty much what he said. But he was like, we're tattoo artists. Like, all of us do work long hours and we work late hours, and none of us are strangers to fast food because of that. And, he was always like, in that seminar he taught, he's like, I take 1 hour, I take a 5-minute break every hour during my tattoo sessions. And during that 5-minute break, he's like, I don't go outside, smoke a cigarette. He had all these like exercises you can do, stretches you can do in your chair.
Right.
And he's like, I just move around and stretch for those 5 minutes, bring the client back. We're back to it for the next 55 minutes.
Love
and
it.
Then another one. But yeah.
No, that's super cool, man, because that's what I've shifted to, just knowing my back goes out on me and I can't afford to like be paralyzed for 3 days to a week or however long anymore. So it's like, yoga is very important to me. 10 minutes in the morning, like, it's no big deal, or like not a time consuming task. And then every hour and 20 minutes, I like to like, hey, you stretch your body, like get some blood flow, grab a snack, go to the bathroom, get some water. I'm going to basically stand in the corner and munch my power bar and like do my little stretch.
Yeah, I've seen you do your,
and like, it looks goofy, but it's like, you got to do it.
It's a lifesaver, man.
That's why your tattoo looks good. And that's why I feel good. Like, it's because of all this shit.
Right.
Otherwise, we're both not going to have a great day or experience.
Yeah. No, you got to do it. I mean, it's just, to me, it's part of the job if you expect to be a tattooer for a long time.
I wanted to bring up a topic. I got a new book as like a wedding gift from a buddy who's he's works for a golf company out in California, and it's basically the mind of golf and the mental aspect, because so many people have written about, and this relates to tattooing or anything you do, so just bear with me, it'll be a quick thing. But a lot of people write about like the swing and the form of the body, just like tattooing. We talk about the needles and the configurations and all those things, but no one's written about the mind and how important that is. In like golf, for example, you hit a bad shot, there's two types of people. One's like, fuck it, I have an opportunity to hit a good shot the next time. And the other's like, God damn it, I fucking suck, and just going down that rabbit hole, right?
Yep.
And you can talk about this for skateboarding, skiing, violin, I don't care what you do, anything, welding. And this guy he's a psychiatrist that basically trains professional athletes more in like solo sports, climbing, boxing, golf, not team sports basically. And he's coached some of the best athletes in the world, Tiger Woods, like just people that are really great, Michael Jordan. And he had a client that was a college student at like Yale or Princeton, one of the Ivy League schools. And the kid came from some money, and the kid's dad basically got him a session with this guy because the kid was a golfer, but he also was very scholastically inclined. He was at Yale or whatever. So He was obviously smart. And so he went to see this guy, and the guy was like, so like, what do you want to be? And the kid was like, I want to be a professional golfer, but my dad owns a business that I could probably go work for. I'm getting a Yale degree. I could probably go get a job. And the psychiatrist taking notes. And then finally the kid starts talking about how his school is really good at basketball. He loves to go to the games. He'd maybe like to work in sports or something. And the psychiatrist, like, let me just pause you there. Like, why are you so interested in your school's basketball team? And he's like, because they're really fucking good. And they're like they always contend for the national championship. And so he's like, okay, cool. And he's like, so when you go to practice at your school for golf, he basically was like, you wouldn't be able to play golf at the school that is the caliber of basketball that you have at your school because you're not good enough. And the kid was like kind of upset, but he was like, how many times has your coach mentioned the national championship or making a run for that this year with your golf team? And he's like, not once. If we make the playoffs, which we haven't done in 10 years, then we'll celebrate. And we've already talked about that. And he's like, okay, so if you want to be a pro, you need to work harder than everyone on your golf team, because let's face it, everyone on your team is there to get a degree from Yale or wherever, Princeton, Gonzaga, wherever you go. They're not really focused on winning a national championship. That's not the goal of your team. And so now you need to get mindful about what do you need to do that your team and your coach is not telling you guys to do, because the end goal is not the end goal of University of Arizona or Stanford, someone that's going to be competing for the national championship.
Right.
So all I'm saying is, like, depending on the shop you're in, depending on the people you're around, the artists, the caliber of them, like, what do you want out of your career and what do you need to do and be mindful of to get to where you want to be one day? And it all starts in your head, like thinking about, what do I need to do? What are the people around me doing? What are the best people in the world doing? And like, how do I need to change what I'm doing in the way I approach a simple tattoo or a not simple tattoo? And I just thought that was like really cool, because we all find ourselves in places where people don't want what we want, like on the low end or the high end of the spectrum. Not everybody wants to be a famous multi-millionaire tattoo artist. Some people are just down to have a job and like do their art. But you kind of got to know what you want, I think, in life to know what you have to do to get there. And the people that you're around aren't always going to facilitate that for you. So
at that same Paradise gathering, I took a seminar with Jeff Gogway, and he said something in there that I thought was really cool because he was talking about, to be a master, right, you need the 10,000 hours. And he was like, he equated it to running a marathon. He's like, if you're going to run a marathon and not cheat,
right,
a marathon is 26.2 miles, no matter how you skin it. And the only way to get through that sooner is to actually run it faster. And so he's like, with tattooing, while you're getting your 10,000 hours, be efficient about it and know where you want to go.
Right.
Because he was like, he likened it to climbing mountains. He was like, what if you're just like, you don't have a clear idea, you don't have a clear vision of
the peak, what
you want your art to look like in 5 years or whatever, and where you want to be as an artist. And he's like, and then so you're climbing this mountain without a clear direction, and you get all the way to the top of this mountain, and you're like, shit, that's the wrong fucking mountain. Now I got to go climb that mountain.
Down and
because that was the one I was supposed to be on. Whereas if you have that clear direction, you know where you're going, you know where you want to be, the path gets shorter.
Right.
Yeah.
And lights itself. Like, I think it's very easy to, I'm sorry with my sports shit, but like Kobe Bryant wanted to be like Michael Jordan. What did he do? He studied all of his film. He went in, he copied. I mean, if you look at their games side by side, it's almost the same person. And Michael will say, like, I was his big brother in life. He would call me at 2 a.m, just like, hey, I'm trying to fix my like step back fadeaway. Like, what should I do? And like Mike was like somewhat annoyed, but at his funeral, he had this whole speech about how Kobe was like his little brother and was a nuisance. But he's like, but that's like the beautiful thing about him is like he would go to the end of the earth and annoy me to like full extreme just to get like to where he was trying to go. And he was trying to be the best. Who the fuck is gonna show him the way? I'm the best. You know, like Michael Jordan's the best at the time and forever. But like,
yeah,
it's just like you said, knowing where you want to go and then just being relentless about like, dude, reach out to your favorite artists, ask them like anything you want. And if they say no, fuck it, no's no, who cares? But if they like, maybe or like the answer is always no until you ask or go out of your way. And like, I think the only way to get really good at something is to follow tips and tricks of just like little golden eggs that people have dropped on the trail for you in the past. Like, we don't sit here and talk just to hear each other talk. We try to help people. If you listen, you may find some little thing that may help you. And experience is so much more valuable, in my opinion, than raw talent.
Oh yeah.
Unexplainable raw talent.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great point. Yeah. Like, there's another thing I was thinking about when you were just talking then. It's like, people like, they're like, throughout the years, I've had other artists talk to me or apprentices or whatever, and they're like, show me a picture of a really cool tattoo that their tattoo hero does or whatever. And they're like, man, like, wish I could be like this guy. I wish I could tattoo like this guy. And I'm like, why aren't you?
Right.
Like, there's no difference between that person and you.
Right.
You're both a human.
You got a heart.
You both
two
got a heart.
eyes,
You got a brain, a couple hands. Like, there is no reason. That playing field is level.
It is.
If they can get there, you can get there. And then another word of advice I would throw out there on that is, if you're just trying to be as good as that person,
you put a ceiling on it. Like, I want to be like certain people, but to say I want to be that person, that'll never.
Yeah.
And
it's limiting.
It's completely limiting, because none of us know our full potential. And what I was going to say to add to that is, like, innately people are pretty lazy. Like, we all want to be comfortable and safe and chill. And like, you got to realize is all the people that we look up to are just like very comfortable being uncomfortable. And they never really are doing what they want to be doing. They just do it because it needs to be done to get to where they're trying to go. So like, going back to like, what do you want? How hard are you willing to work to get it? A lot of people will just quit because, let's face it, like, our favorite artists in the world, they fucking work their asses off. Like, we may be the same as far as 2 hands, 2 eyes, 1 heart, but the sleeping for 5 hours, the drawing for 8, the tattooing for 8, the no time to yourself, like, you gotta understand what goes into like true greatness. The Alex Arnolds of the world and the Tiger Woods and the Michael Jordans, like, those people don't have a life. So like, just know there are levels to greatness, and like, how much are you willing to sacrifice? How much are you willing to work? But you gotta know what goes into.
Yeah, anybody that's
not
upper,
get down on yourself.
The best of the best, whether that's tattooing, climbing, golfing, pickleball, whatever, you put in, there's a lot of sacrifice. There's a lot of telling your friends no. There's a lot of telling your significant other no. There's a lot of
missed birthdays,
sleepless nights, missed birthdays, missed weddings, birthday parties, all that shit. And because it's just great sacrifice
to get to that
point, and I had
I wish people would say that.
Oh yeah.
In the beginning, to a 18-year-old, like, you idolize this person, this is how they live, this is what they do. If you want to be like that, this is what you got to do.
This is what you got to do.
I'm not going to like paint a pretty picture for you, because it's really not that.
Yeah. No, it's a full-time job. Like, and it's like more than that.
Commitment. Like, long-term commitment.
Yeah. My client that was just here, we were talking about MMA fighters. Those fools are training like 12 hours a day, every day.
And just in pain.
Just
eternal pain.
And that's like, that's
but
like,
also fit as fuck.
And that's like the level of MMA fighter that might not even ever make it on TV.
Right.
But those guys that are hanging out with Rogan and shit,
fucking machines.
They don't have a life.
Fucking machines. And no, and they don't really do what they want to do. There's a select few, like Patty the Batty, that like will cut 40 pounds 3 months before the fight, and 2 days after the fight he's already up 40 pounds because he'd been like starving himself. But just to starve yourself for 90 days, 120 days, to go into a ring where you can potentially die, and you're like now like malnourished and like still strong and trained and all that, but like, dude, just the commitment, and like the mindfulness to stay committed. Because this is like, if you want to be a pro climber, you want to be a pro MMA, a pro tattooer, like this shit isn't going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a year. It's not going to happen in 2, 3, 4, even. Like, this is, if you could sit down with a coach that's actually giving you that path to the mountaintop, they'd be like, this is a 10 to 40 year commitment. In every hour of every day, you need to be mindful of where you're giving your time and your energy. And you need to hit your goals day in, day out, to week after week, month after month, year after year. Like, this isn't just, it's a commitment, and you're either in or you're out. And that's what I wanted to get back with that psychiatrist, where it was like, he just wanted to tell the kid, like, what you're trying to do is damn near impossible, but it's possible. And I love that we're even talking about the impossible. But like, I don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste my time. Are you in or are you out? Because this is the level of commitment and mindfulness that I need from you day in, day out.
Do you have even what it takes to even try? Right. You know,
because we want to try. Like, if you say you're in, even if we don't succeed, we're going to try. But it's an insane level of commitment that you just can't like take days, weeks off of, because you'll never get there.
No.
And that's just wasted potential and purpose. You could be doing other things.
Yeah.
We've seen that with apprentices, where it's like, dude, you're really smart. Like, I see what lights you up and what you're committed to and what you give your time to and your mind to. But like, you say you want this, but you do that. And that does not coincide with what we're trying to do over here. So like, respectfully, I gotta like get you out of your own head and be like, the door's there, but the path is bright. Just go do that, because this isn't for you.
He's climbing the wrong mountain.
It's climbing the wrong fucking mountain. And it's like, it's very apparent when we're sitting like pretty high up on our mountain that we've been on this 12, 13, 14 year journey. Like, it's pretty easy to see the people coming on the path, whether they're beat down and should be there or not, or they're just trucking their ass up, and you're like, fuck this motherfucker. Like, but we've been on it for so long. It's so easy to see like who's committed and who's not, and where we're all gonna kind of pan out when the dust settles.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, that's good shit. That's like,
that was the shit, man. Like, and it's painful as a mentor, as someone that cares. We know this is your dream. I'm not a dream crusher, but like, also, this isn't, I don't know, hopscotch, dude. Like, this is serious commitment.
Well, and that's a nice segue into like mindfulness in a different way in our field, like mindfulness on what you're doing to people's bodies,
right,
and how that can affect their life in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. And like, if that apprentice you were talking about, if they're not doing good tattoos, and we're like, dude, like, this is not your bag, but like, now it's like you're giving people bad tattoos for your dream when you're really on the wrong path. Like, it's not what you should do. And like, even, with us, like every time you have a conversation about a client or with a client, and they're like getting their first tattoo, right? And they want it something pretty big, and they're blocking off like, a large part of the body. And you have that conversation with them, like, have you ever thought about a full sleeve? Or have you ever thought about, what if we did this tattoo? I know you want it on your forearm. What if we did it up here? And that's going to work better if you expand. We'll have more options if you expand down into a full sleeve versus the other way.
Yes.
And that's having mindfulness for their future. And
yes. And just their whole, couldn't have said it better. That's exactly, because mindfulness isn't just like staying cool when the pressure's on, or, like mindfulness of like, hey, excuse me, I just stepped on your foot or whatever, like, yes, those are forms of mindfulness, but like we always say, good tattoos start on paper, right? Or iPad, whatever, designing.
Yeah.
And like being mindful of, does this person want to get a sleeve? Are they just looking for this one tattoo? Like, these are all things you need to think about and communicate with the client, because, and who knows, maybe they never even thought about it. And they're like, I mean, I'm not against getting a sleeve. I never really like thought it would be, but like now that you're sharing these ideas with me and what we could do, kind of into the idea now. So you don't handcuff yourself to their inexperience, because they don't know.
They don't know.
They have no idea. Like, they want to get the like Jupiter right here, and I'm like, oh, I mean, we could, but maybe it's space up here, Earth down here, atmosphere, ocean. Like now we've really turned this like little stamp into like something beautiful that, and they may say yes or no, but at least like give them the option to like explore that part of their brain. And
the planet example was great. I had years ago an example similar where they wanted a bird down here. I was like, let's put the bird up here, and then later, if you want, you could add mountaintops, trees,
sleeping line,
and have the bird way up, or whatever,
ground to sky. I try to really look at the body like that. Like the ankles are the ocean. Like, let's do the crab on the foot. Let's do the seahorse on the back of the leg. Let's do the jelly here. And then now we're up into like land animals and then sky animals. If you're into like animals and you want an animal suit or tattoos, Yeah. Because it just makes sense. And I had a good friend, Max, the Australian dude, like he was a great designer for like clothing and just a graphic designer in general, good artist. But he was really big on his foot being the floor of the ocean, and then his leg being the ocean, and then, animals. And then he's got like the giraffe and like, other things. But that really opened my eyes to like, wow, like, no, the body is not a flat canvas, but it is a vertical canvas, cylindrical, however you want to look at it.
Right.
There is a bottom and a top. So if we're doing the whole thing, maybe I wouldn't like paint crabs on the top of the canvas and birds at the bottom.
No.
Unless I was going for like surrealism or some Dali, like crazy shit. Right. But like most of the time we look at a canvas like we look at life, and there's like an order to it. So mindfulness. I was pretty much the orientation of Earth.
Like it's pretty obvious to like where to speak on that. I was looking at Dali quotes last night.
Really?
And I saw a good one. It doesn't really apply to what we're talking about today, but it was a good quote. It was, no need to fear perfection. You'll never get it.
I love that. I was just talking about that the other day, and it's like going back to like the commitment to tattoo or the commitment to be professional or a master. It's like the ones that are at the mountaintop are sad that the journey wasn't longer, because like truly you need to love the process. You want to be a great MMA fighter, fall in love with the pattern of a speed bag, fall in love with the execution of like lifting more and more reps and bigger weight and all that. Like, yes, the end goal is to like fight in Vegas.
But you may never see that.
You may never see that. So you better love what you're doing today, because like you could be doing a lot of other shit. And like we only have one life. So I try to tell people, like, if you don't love to draw, you don't love to lock in for 6 hours, like this plus may not be for you. Like, and you may be able to find a way to fall in love with it, but I think if it's not just like something that you're like, I'll do anything for this, like I'll work, I won't sleep, whatever,
right,
those are really the types of people that I want to be seeing entering the tattoo industry, that just like can't live without doing it, because they're so in love with like the needle configurations and the new pigments and just in the history, and just like love everything about it.
It's almost like if you just submerge yourself into something. You know, how many times have you heard people say some effect of, it's not the destination, it's the journey, or
Right.
Enjoy the process versus the end result.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like if you really submerge yourself in whatever culture you're trying to be at that mountaintop of, like, I think the rest will follow, man.
Yeah.
If you're really into it, you're really into the needle configurations, or learning how to do these blends, or whatever it is.
Right.
Like, you're just trying to master this art of tattooing or golfing or basketball or whatever, but like, it'll come.
It'll come.
If you put the work in and you truly love the work. Like, I think, I don't know, man, I think the universe can pick it out.
Yeah, I agree, man.
When you're like just going through the motions with this end goal in sight that may or may not ever happen. I think that, and you're like kind of cheating your way through, or
right,
faking it till you make it kind of thing. Like,
I hate that quote.
I think the universe knows that. And I think the universe knows who those people are.
And who to reward.
And I think the true people are rewarded. You know, the ones that actually love it.
I agree with that. And there was a quote in that book I was reading last night that pertains to everything that anyone's doing. And he was saying, like, to be great at this golf, like, you got to fall in love with practicing and being on the range. Like, he's like, I bet at your school, everyone's just on the driving range, just smacking balls. And he's like, yeah. And he goes, the best players in the world are on the putting green, where shit's really fucking boring, but they will never miss a 5-foot putt. And that's the shit that wins tournaments and makes you a millionaire. It's not hitting the ball far. It's everything 50 yards in. It's all the like chipping and putting and the dumb, mundane, boring shit to do. But once you master that, everything with the sport comes. But you got to fall in love with just getting a little bit better every day, and noticing, like, oh, yesterday I only hit like 8 in a row. I just hit 14 in a row.
Right.
Like, that's a big fucking deal. Like, knock that off your list and go hit 20 tomorrow, or, you know, next week. And like, truly fall in love with like just getting a little bit better every time you try to do it.
Yeah. And being like, to that point, that's excellent. Like, being able to recognize those tiny wins.
Right.
You know, recently I set out on a fairly big climbing goal for myself, and like being able to really, like, honestly and objectively look at where I've been, where I'm going, and what I did today.
Right.
And how to improve, and where, like, you know, it's almost like once a week I like sit down with myself and like, okay, I got to ramp this up. I got to pull back here though, but I need to push more here.
This area.
Like, how many times have you worked with a tattoo artist in another shop, or maybe it's a tattoo artist you're Facebook friends with, or that you're on Instagram with them, and regardless of how you know them, for years though, you see their work and it doesn't get worse, but it doesn't get better, or it doesn't evolve.
They're just running through the motions.
They're just running through the motions. And I think that's a big pitfall of not knowing what mountain you're trying to climb, or not knowing where you need to be.
Right.
Because, or where you want to be. Because Yeah, you'll like technically get better over time in theory if you are doing the same thing every day,
right,
without even really
noticing,
paying attention or noticing that, or
just repetition.
Like if you do something every day for 7 years, you're going to be better at it in theory than you were on the first time you did it. But if you know where you're trying to go and you take the time at the end of every tattoo or at the end of every round of golf and like
dissect it
and be like, you know what could I have done differently today? What
were
my wins?
Yeah.
But where were my losses for today? Right. And where did I fail and where did I excel?
And that just points you in the direction of where you need to work.
Right. And then you can now, like I said earlier, that 10,000 hours, you're still putting it in, but it's getting like concentrated.
Yes.
Because you are now, if you're at 7,982nd hour for the 9,783rd hour, you're now, you know more.
It's an accumulation of all those hours behind you.
Yeah. And you're using, that's a great way to put it. You're using all those experiences, all those hours that you've already put into it,
going into this 1 hour in the next step.
And then the hour after that, and the hour after that. Yep.
Which makes me want to say so I'm all about 10,000 hours creates masters. I don't know if that's the exact number, but you can practice wrong. If you don't have good form for climbing or for golf or for boxing, and you practice and you keep dipping your head or whatever, doing the wrong thing, and then you just keep doing that over and over again, and now you build bad habits. And this is why we always say apprentices get a good mentorship, because it's so much harder to teach someone that's learned things the wrong way for a very long time than it is to teach someone that's never even learned any way at all. 100%. Because now I got to unravel that knot of strings that are just versus just taking one string and just tying little knots in it the right way. Do you know, like, because when you were saying their work isn't evolving and whatnot, like, it just made me think of certain artists that I know that do things incorrectly, and they just keep doing it incorrectly, even though people have told them that's not wrong because it's art. But like from a technical perspective, that's not how you pack, shade, line, whatever. There's 10 ways to do it, and that way is not the right way. So you need to re-figure out with practice. And it goes back to, dude, like the most boring shit is what makes you better. Like drawing circles, the circles and star exercise. Like, no, I don't like fucking doing it. But if you do it every day, you get a little less scared when you got to do that circle on the forearm tattoo that makes all of us sweat buckets, and it's like, I don't do that. I could be way better about practicing the little things, like just doing script and just the circle, figure eight kind of Celtic knot things, for balance, perspective, pen weight, line weight, whatever. And we all hit a point where we're like, that's kind of beneath me. I don't really need to do that. But going back, looking at Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, anybody that's great at whatever, bet your ass he's on the putting green, he's shooting free throws. And it's that shit's boring. They mastered it when they were 8, but it's still incorporated in their daily exercise. I don't know. There's got to be something to it.
Yeah. And that's a great point. If you're doing the wrong thing every day,
you're almost getting further.
You're definitely getting
further. You're walking down the mountain on the wrong mountain.
What if someone was playing golf for 7 years and they were the more swings is a higher score because it's a higher number. And you're like, no,
oh shit, no one ever told you.
Lower score is a better score.
Yeah. You want less of those, bro. More swings on the range, less out on the course.
They're sad for you because they're Josh is only scoring 3.
I got an 8 on that.
I got 8 points on that last one. Josh only got 2. I don't know. He's been playing a long time.
And that's from like good teachers, good practices. And going back to being mindful, I mean, dude, like we read reviews when we go to a restaurant. We read reviews when we're buying a fucking ceiling fan on Amazon or a pen or I don't know, literally anything and everything. Like, why don't we put that effort into like something that's going to give us so much more back? Like, why do you take the first mentor that said, yeah, for sure, in a shop there, you don't get along with anyone. Their values don't align. They're jerks to you or whatever. They don't even do the style you want to do. It's like, you will actually do yourself less of a service if you go and spend a year in there rather than spending the next 6 months trying to find someone that actually facilitates like what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, sure, you're 6 months behind, but realistically, when you get into that shop with the right mentor, you're a year ahead month one because you're actually learning shit that applies to like your style, your life, your wants, needs, career, goals, all that. So like mindfulness is very important, I think, to...
I mean, look at mindfulness in a mentor.
Yeah, like what's their intention?
From their stance, right? Like, are you just taking anybody that's got your tuition fee and like not looking at mindfulness for
who they are, where they're trying to go?
Yeah, are they going to hit those goals? Do we need another tattoo artist? Do we need, is this person just run of the mill? Are they going to be just pumping out like walk-in flash? Or do they actually have something unique and great to offer? Maybe you could see that, or you could not see that, or mindfulness for
how much time you're willing to give.
Yeah,
too.
or with exactly. Like, are you just taking their money to take their money? Are you going to actually do what they need you to do? And that's being mindfulness towards them and yourself.
And the whole ecosystem of what's going on.
Yeah.
No, and I really think a lot of people just say yes or no. I talk a lot. It's apparent. But I was always told, like, talk once, listen 3 times. And I think you could almost spin that with like, think about it 3 times, act once, versus action, fail. Oh, fuck, now I got to think about it. We always want to, like, someone offers you a job. There's terms and conditions. There's all these things to read. Some people read right through it. Yeah, we're good. Sign, hand it off. It's like, they're not going to be mad if you spend one night thinking about what you want, like your rebuttal to the contract, and be like, I love the contract, I really want to work for you, but like, instead of $105,000 a year, could we do like 100 plus benefits? Because I know I'm going to spend $20,000 on benefits this year, whatever, and
right.
Just think about, like, literally be mindful of like, oh, I have these many bills. Oh, I want a kid next year. Like, how do I need to like go about my life to like actually succeed at the shit I'm trying to do, rather than just like, fuck it, wing it.
Yeah.
Lifestyle.
To tag along right behind that, like mindfulness and how you run your tattoo business. Like, we've always talked about
ways to do it.
The pitfalls of like offering discounts, right? To try to get the business now, but you're not being mindful of how that affects you next year.
Right.
How that's going to affect your business 2 years from now.
The clients you've already tattooed at a higher rate, and how they're going to be upset potentially.
Right. And then a lot of clients get trained. If you offer a discount,
they just think you're going to do it, and they wait for it.
Then they're going to wait for it. And then,
I do when I buy machines every fucking November.
Every Labor Day and Memorial Day, buddy.
I'm like, I don't buy your shit.
Or
like,
Black Friday.
Any of these months, I buy it the same month every fucking year.
3 times a year.
On 40% off for the damn machine I could have got way more last week. Like, not doing it.
Right. And
that's very...
So you got to think about everything, really everything you do, but like, we just had a conversation before we started filming about posting,
Yeah.
you know, and like, you just don't post everything. Like
You don't post
that you
to post.
tattoo. Like most tattoo artists are going to post what they want to do more of, or what kind of lends to the cohesiveness of their Instagram page or whatever.
Yeah.
And they've got a look that they want, and they want to do more of this kind of tattoo and this kind of tattoo. But they did this one the other day. It's super clean. It's nice. I don't want to do more of it. So maybe it might make a guest appearance in your story or whatever.
Right.
But
just to say, hey, I'm working, I'm here, I'm still alive, come get a tat. I don't only do black and gray, whatever color
realism or whatever you do, but
it doesn't need to be the showcased work on your page.
Right. And like posting everything, and
because be mindful of, I think you're going to say, like, it could also hurt you.
It can bite you in the ass. Yeah.
There are tattooers that we know even that post because they think they need to post to stay relevant. But when you don't execute well and you're not mindful of the scope of the industry and how many people are doing tattoos and how good or bad they're doing, we all fall in somewhere in the stack of, for lack of better words, like talent, followers, money made this year.
Right.
There's this whole like tree of the top, and there's categories, right? And then we all like fall into a certain area of those. And like when you're at the very, very bottom of, let's say, like talent, I don't know if posting is really the best idea, because it actually just makes it, everyone that sees that's like, oh, I see your work, I see their work, I see your price, I see their price, this is my body, I'm gonna go see someone else because I don't want something like that on my body. You think you're getting people to come see you, but your work, you need to be spending time getting better and posting about my process. This is what I've been working on today. This was my work last month. This is my work this month. Like, we want to see growth. So show growth. Don't show the tattoo. Show your growth.
Show your growth. And and again, that's being mindful of what you're doing and how that's
what you're putting in the world.
What you're putting in the world. Because for everybody that you're looking at, like, dog, someone's looking at you.
Yeah, no, for real. And
like,
we've talked about it. I don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing, but you know what I'm doing. I know what you're doing. Like, we both know we can do a good tattoo, but we don't really know where we line up. It's really easy to be like, Dre, this is where you're at, because I see it every day. When we're so detached from our art, I feel that like there's like, you probably look at some of these paintings, you're like, damn, I did that. And I did it in 5 hours. Like, that's fucking crazy. But like, and then you're just kind of like, cool, I'm going to do another one. And like that thought leads. But like when you tell me that, I'm like, God damn. And like that shit resonates forever. I'm like, you know, like it hits a lot harder in me, because I'm like, well, I didn't do that, and I don't know if I could. Like, that's fucking really cool.
Yeah.
And it sticks with you. And that bad tattoo or that amazing tattoo you post sticks with the people that are following you.
Both have an impact.
Yeah. Like, be mindful of what you
may not be.
Or all the girls, like, I've been seeing, not guys and girls and everyone, like porn stars that are like, I want all my videos scrubbed off the internet because like this is what it's doing to my life, and I was brought into it too young and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I hear you and I feel bad for you, don't get me wrong, but like, you made that decision, and you can't tell me not one person came up to you at a point in life like, hey, this is gonna affect your life. Like, putting those things out in the world, whether it's a horrible tattoo or a beautiful 16th Chapel piece of art or a porno, like, it's going to have effects on your future and how people interact with you. And like, being mindful of like the shit you say and do and put out, and especially on the internet, because it's forever. Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it.
And it like, it works the other way too. Like, if you're posting like great shit, you know, and then you start slipping,
And we see that too.
And people see it.
And then, and hopefully this is where we all got that battle to wrap that up, is like, we all have an internal battle going on. And if like, I have a homie that's a really good artist and they have this caliber of art and then they dip for like a couple months, I'm gonna reach out and be like, you good? Everything good? I don't need to be like, dude, your art's fucking shit these days. What the fuck? But like, chances are they're depressed. Something happened, you know, and like,
right.
Low key, be mindful of like those signs. Like when people like open their heart to you or whatever and they tell you what's going on, like people don't do that for fun. Like it's not like gossip hour all the time. Like listen to what people are saying.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of times people are saying things and it may have a different meaning, but they're like trying to just expel some of the feelings and pain or whatever that's going on in their life. So that shit just weighs on. Being mindful of like everything, I think, makes you be the best version of yourself and the best version for other people. That it's important.
Oh, 100%.
And we mark people forever. So if you're not mindful, like, don't tattoo.
Yeah. Because that's the truth. Like that's the shit. Right
We're playing with people's lives.
And that's why we talked about earlier, like mindfulness on where it's going and everything, man. Like, and even like if someone's like wants a portrait and you're not a fucking portrait guy, don't fucking do it. Don't try to do the portrait.
There's someone right there that can, right here that can. Like,
don't do the portrait.
The money is not worth fucking someone's life up. And think about them in the mirror every day. I can't wear a tank top. I really don't want to. I hate this tattoo. Like,
right.
Think about how much that fucks with them forever. Like, do you really want to be the reason they look at themselves like that? I don't. I get so self-conscious of how people feel, not only about my work, but about themselves by just, you know, we've all gotten those big black tattoos where you look in the mirror when you get home and you're like, fuck, that changed the way I look. And it's dark, like, or whatever. And you grow to like it. Well, you love it, but it's just new and different.
It's just dark and different.
And like, if we feel that way and we're super tattooed and going to get way more tattoos, like, just know the girl that gets the one forearm sleeve and that's all she's ever going to get. Like, be mindful if you're actually going to be like the one for that. To do it.
Yeah. Well, give people, man, like tattoos are expensive.
Yeah. And
don't
they hurt.
Do them and they hurt. And don't do a disservice of like faking it till you make it.
Oh, dude, I could like talk forever on that quote. I really like, I hear people say it all the time and I'm just like, that is just like such a shit way to go about life, in my opinion. Like,
especially in this industry.
Like, even with sales, like, no, just tell me what you're selling in the terms. Like, I don't need you to like
water guy.
Pretend that I fucking need this and that it's way better than everything else when I can go on Amazon and get a water machine and fucking, you know, whatever. It's like, you're fucking scamming me, dude.
Dude,
like,
and he straight just told us some bullshit.
He just scammed the shit out of us. Like,
but
luckily that was a 30-day
and he was
scam that we got out of pretty quick.
It was super easy, but
like, Jesus.
He wasn't mindful.
And he was locking in people that like don't even speak English, don't even make a lot of money. It's like, dude, like, you are a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Like, weirdo.
Just for doing that. Like,
yeah, and that's like, again, that's like, he's not being mindful
I was
of how
gonna say,
his living is affecting other people. And like, he doesn't care.
No.
He's just going to tell you what he thinks you need to hear out of the gate. And then, he'll correct before you sign the contract, which he never even mentioned that there was a contract.
Right. There's a lot of fugazi going on in that.
A lot of
I was like,
gray
wait,
area.
I thought you said, like, how many times can I say, wait, I thought you said, and he's like, no, I didn't say that. I'm like, okay, well, either I'm fucking delusional or you're a liar, and I'm more banking on you're a fucking liar.
I thought about that. We should have pulled up the security cameras.
We could have gotten like
because they record.
Yeah, we were standing right there.
We were right there in the front.
Bastard. Like, here you go, bro. If you don't remember.
We just told that so you can see it.
I got a privacy screen, so can you see it?
Is that a good angle for you? All right, that hit play. Yeah, that fucking
He was
guy.
like, I'm out.
But yeah, there's like many ways. If you're not mindful in this career, you can really negatively affect people, yourself, your own career.
Yeah.
And it might not be today, but it might be in 3 years, it might be in 5 years. Like some like decisions you made on clients or with clients, like what you tattooed, it could just come back, man. And like, you know, be mindful.
Be mindful always. Stay thinking.
Yep.
I think we're
about right, probably.
Yeah, actually, we're right about an hour.
For the comments today, if anybody has them, like any
experiences
you've had,
what is your process?
Yeah, if you're an artist, like where do you feel it's important for mindfulness, or where do you feel like you consistently show that? If you're a client or a tattoo collector, where some things that maybe you felt your artist was mindful, or also where they were not mindful.
Yeah.
And where you wish they were, you know, like.
And maybe like how it has like changed or affected you. Like I was a very like off the cuff kind of person for a very long time, just like take it as it comes. And when I started being very mindful of just my mental health, my consumption, my working out, my process for art, my relationships, like my life changed for the better. Becoming mindful of I'm more than me. I'm a collection of everything I put in the world and on these people. And so, yeah, if you got any stories or your process, like, comment, share, subscribe, share, please.
All that stuff helps us so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And till then, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Love you.
Love you, dogs.